right, we're ready to start our third session. Now, before we get started, we need to talk about a couple of things maybe. Maybe you've noticed Connie doing some of her moves of things and see how smooth that they are and the way she points and she does things. This is something that's part of your styling, things you have to really kind of watch for. And some of the things that really help us, like when we make a turn, for instance, if I was going to have her do an underarm turn and we were to kind of look on at the camera, if I started an underarm turn and she got way out over here, look how hard it would be to be a turn. So that tells me right away that, first of all, my lady has to dance a straight line, and secondly, I have to stay close enough to her so that the underarm turn is very easy for both of us. And then I can anchor away from her and set for the next pattern. The key is if you dance small steps, keeping your feet closer together, and stay closer to your partner, they're much easier to control. If she's dancing a straight line, as I bring her under, it's very easy for me just to turn her and keep her if I want her. So that's one thing you ought to keep in mind. Another thing is when Connie does her points and stuff, notice her body line, how she keeps that leg out straight and keeps that body flowing straight up. Knees are close together. Now, when she does a turn, much easier for her to make a turn because the feet are real close together and she can just turn and still keep the counts as she's going. Body posture, upper body, where her hands are when she makes the turn, where she keeps them. I know where they're at all the time. If she's got them frailing out somewhere, I don't know where they're at and I couldn't find them. If she keeps them along her side, as I bring her by and make a turn, I can see where this hand is. All I have to do is slide down that elbow right to that hand and I have it. When I put her in a tuck, her hands roll to the right position. Very easy for me now to lead her forward and put her out into another turn, especially if we stay close enough together. Okay, for our third set, what we want to do is a lady's underarm with a man's neck wrap. And we're going to bring the lady forward with a free spin. From that, we're going to do a starter tuck. And in the closed position, we're going to let the lady do a free spin in place. Then we're going to do what's called hip shoulders. From the hip shoulders, we're going to do an underarm turn to the closed position to get set up for the fourth set of patterns. So here's basically what it should look something like. She'll do an underarm turn. We'll do it to a man's neck wrap. I'll release and take her hand on one, or her wrist in this case. I'll bring her forward break, give her a free spin, and catch her in the closed position. Okay, when you get her in the closed position, at that point, if you have her problems, you could tuck and send her out. But in this case, I'm going to tuck her and send it right in place. I don't want to send her out anywhere. So I've caught her in the closed position. I'm going to give her a rock step, tuck, and I'm going to spin her right in place, and I'm going to stop her by catching her left hip with my left hand, and we'll show you from the other side, stopping her in the back so that I can send her forward. And on 4, I'm going to pull her back and change hands, triple step. Okay, let's try that. Starting off, let's see what we're going to do. We're going to do a lady's underarm turn with a man's neck wrap. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Now notice if I'd have let her travel too far away, I would have gotten caught out of balance, having to bend my back to get there, or I'd have to chase after her. So what I do is I stop her, count 3, say this is far enough. I don't want your hand to go any further because I'm going to wrap and put it around my neck. It's the first move I'm going to make. So here we go from both sides. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Now from this side. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Now I'm going to reach up with my right hand as I let go with my left and turn and catch her wrist. Her hand and her wrist. Now gently, all I'm going to do is tell her to go forward. I'm going to go back for her count 2. On count 3, as I step in, I'm going to pull the hand over her head for right now and bring it down to the cross position, just to show you a little move there. Now, from the neck, we'll reach up, take the hand, forward, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Okay, that's the first basic move. Let's try it from this side so you can see it. Hands around the neck. I'll reach up and take the hand, turn, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Now, from that very same move, let's add on to it a little bit. I'll bring her forward, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, if I push this hand, she can turn again, 5 and 6. So she noticed she did a free spin there. So let's try that from both sides. From the neck, I would step 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. From this side, 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. But we're in the open position, and I wanted to finish in the closed position. So here's what I would do. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Free spin and catch. So as she turns around, notice that I take my right hand to her left shoulder blade and follow her right around to the closed position. So here's what it would look like, hopefully. Take her here. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. So as I push, turn on around. As I push this hand, I let my hand ride right around her back and I roll right into position. So I don't let her get too far away. Giving her arm support, and her left hand comes right up to my shoulder and pushes her shoulder back into my right hand so that I have control for the next move. So here's the pattern so far. Underarm with a neck wrap. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Catch the arm, inside roll, free spin, catch. Now that we're in the closed position, I can give her a rock step and a free spin. Now, a lot of times we'd tuck them and send them out. But in this case, instead of doing that, I'm going to keep her in place, but I'm going to make the very same moves. Rock, step, catch. Notice that at that time, she's done, this is count 3, she's done a rock step, I brought her in, she's put her right hand to my left shoulder to give herself support. She's also taken her left hand and put it to my right shoulder, and I've got both my hands on her hips. Both hands on her hips. Now, I'm going to turn her to the right as I step onto the track 4, and she's going to go turn, 2, 3, and I catch her with my left hand right along her hip there. That stops her because my arm is locked behind her back. Now, she can't go any further because she's pushing into my arm. I've stopped her where I wanted. Now, those counts would be this. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Now, I'm ready to start another 8-count pattern for a whip. Okay, so let's take it from the top and try that. The neck wrap first, inside roll, free spin to the closed position, rock step, free spin in place. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. And 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. And 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. And guess what? I've got my back to the camera, but you have the right idea. Now, let's try it from this side. This side we started on? Me either, but let's try it again. Here we go. We're going to do a neck wrap for the guy. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. And 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. You're right, so we'll start over here this time. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. And 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Now, show you, we're going to do hip shoulder fakes. But the way we're going to do them is we're going to do a basic one first. We're only going to use 8 counts of music. I'm going to send her ahead. 1, 2. I'm going to catch her here. 3. I'm going to pull her back on 4. And 5, I'm going to step forward as she steps forward with her right foot. Then I'm going to send her straight out to the open position again. So let's try that. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3, 4. Sending her out. Ready to start again. But what we want to wind up finishing with is this, with the shoulder fakes. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 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 send her out with a hitch kick and bring her across. So let's break that down a little bit. Here we are. I'm going to send her forward. I'm going to stop her on count 3. I'm going to pull her back on count 4. So here's the guy's footwork. Guy's footwork is going to be 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5. Guy's footwork again. Standing here with her in front of him. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5. Now you can do an and 3 for syncopation, or you can do 1, 2, 3, and 4. Watch. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Notice what Connie's doing. She's going forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Putting that right foot out. Okay? Let's try that one time. We're just going to go to count 5. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5. Now you notice I'm out front with my right foot. She's out front with hers. I'm going to pull her forward as I pull my right foot back. My right foot back. Back point the left. Back point the right. Back point the left. back, point the right. And she's doing the same thing from hers. Ready? Go. And forward and back and forward and back, and then I'm going to send her out, triple step away. Now Connie's does a little bit different footwork. Watch hers there when she's doing it. Why don't you turn around and face that direction, hun? And notice that her foot's back. Now she's going to pull the foot back and back step, and then she pulls the right foot up and touches with her right foot. So she's doing one more step than me, and the reason being is to get into position so that when we both, now she'll come back when I show you. Notice, now her right foot will be out front, and when her right foot's back, now her right foot goes out front. Mine will be out front at the same time hers is. So we both are going to match patterns, and to do that, since we both started on opposite feet, we have to get one of us on a different beat, and that's what she's doing. So here's the pattern again. Starting from here, 5, 6, and here we go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 5, 6, and 5, 6, and 5, 6, and then you push that shoulder, turn her, and take the hand. So let's try it from this position. So you can see it come out on that side. 5, 6, and here we go. 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, and 5, 6, and 5, 6. So you can extend this as long as you want. Push the shoulder, let her out. Okay, from the top. Here we go. We're going to start with an underarm turn for the gentleman. 5, 6, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. Inside roll for the lady. Free spin, close position. Rock step, tuck, free spin, send her forward, and then the shoulder fakes. Then you send her out, bring her in underarm to the closed position. That's the whole routine. Let's try it from the other side. Shoulder, underarm for the lady, neck wrap for the guy. Start. 5, 6, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Wrap the neck, take the hand, inside roll, free spin, catch, rock step, hand to the waist, double spin, send her forward, around, forward right foot, back, forward, back, and send her out. Underarm turn, and catch her in the closed position. Let's try it from this side. 5, 6, and here we go. Neck wrap, underarm, free spin, closed position, rock step, catch, free spin, send her forward, rock, and back, forward, back, send her out, underarm to the closed position. The reason we're taking her to the closed position is so we can tie pattern 4 in there with it. We'll be back in a moment to dance that for you.